Hello friends, welcome to lecture series on computer proficiency test, that is CPT for SSC CGL exam presented by W. We are now in the fifth lecture where we'll be talking about the best strategy to crack module 2 and module 3, that is the Excel and PowerPoint. So in the last lecture we have talked about the best strategy to crack module 1, that is the typing test. We have looked at how to learn typing, how to practice typing, and what is the best way to practice typing. We have looked at demo on it, and also we have looked at keyboard and other things. Now let's get into Excel and PowerPoint strategies. So first, how do you start? So if you think you are a newbie, that means you have no prior experience of MS Excel and PowerPoint, then maybe you should start off with learning the basics. So again, there are various websites and YouTube channels which provide with all the basics videos, but this YouTube channel, that is my e-lesson, was really nice in providing Excel and PowerPoint basics. So they explain in a simple manner and they provide in both Hindi and English, and also they cover the entire basics in 3 hours. So if you think you don't have any idea, maybe this is a better place to start with. Fine. And secondly, if you think you know them, you know Excel and PowerPoint, you have little idea, then that's really good. Maybe now you should go see what are all the tools that is required for Excel and PowerPoint for this exam, and maybe then learn which are good, which you don't know, right? So for that you can watch our next 2 lectures where we'll be covering all the basics of Excel and PowerPoint that is required for this exam. So that would be like a quick revision of all the important tools, functions, charts and print settings. So you can watch our next 2 lectures. They're slightly lengthy, but we'll cover everything that is required. Fine. But if you think that you are an expert in this, you have spent a lot of time on Excel and PowerPoint and you know many things, then that's really awesome. Maybe now you should just take real practice sets and mock tests so that you can assess yourself and be absolutely confident. Fine. So just start off like this, and after that you need to practice a lot. Again, our formula is simple. You need to have real exam type and level practice sets and a real exam atmosphere. That makes a perfect practice. Like how we have discussed in the last lecture, similarly take a good practice set and open Microsoft Office 2007 or 10 or 13. All three are almost similar in looks, and then set timer of 15 minutes, which is very important as we have seen in the last lecture, and start practicing. Fine. This is a general way, which is a good way also to practice. Now one major problem is you can't assess yourself because you need to know how many marks you will get. That you can't do it yourself. For that you can take mock tests. So mock tests help you in evaluating yourself, assessing how many marks you're getting, assessing where you're going wrong. So take some good mock tests where you get to assess yourself. Fine. So our mock test series we'll discuss in the last lecture. Fine. So this is what we believe is the best strategy. So if you want to have a sure shot success, then I think everyone should follow this thing. That is, first you have to learn basics if you are very new, and then start with revising important tools and functions and other things, and then take 10 or 15 practice sets, and then take a couple of mocks. So if you follow this, I think there's nothing else you need to do. You'll definitely crack this. Now let us look at few tips to remember. First, the most important thing is try to read every instruction in detail. In real exam practice sets and mocks, you'll have a lot of instructions to follow based on which you'll be creating tables or slides or whatever it is. So read every instruction in detail. Don't miss out on small aspects like fonts, font size, etc. Unnecessarily you'll lose marks. Fine. And the second thing is keep a timer and stick to the time limit, as I have told before also. And the third thing is, if you finish the test early, don't sit idle. Use that time to reread the instructions and correct the mistakes. So that's very important so that you don't lose any marks. This applies in real exam also. So use that extra time very wisely. And fourth and very important point is, do not forget to set print settings before taking the print. So before taking the print, after you finish the exam, check your print settings. This is a very common mistake and you lose a lot of marks. So do not forget to set print settings before you take a print, and also learn how to set print settings, which we'll also be looking in detail in the next few lectures. Okay. And next, a very disastrous step if you don't do this is, if you don't write name and roll number and signature on every sheet which you submit, you may be disqualified. Okay. So wherever the instructors or the instructions specify, please do write your name, roll number and sign it also if possible. Okay. So don't get disqualified due to the silly error. And next, one more important point is there is no individual cutoff for module 2 and module 3. So there is no individual cutoff, but do not concentrate on only doing one module perfectly. That doesn't work. Perform well in both the modules and learn both the modules well. Fine. And next, finally, I would like to say that the 15 minutes given to you is actually a lot of time. Use it wisely in reading the instructions well, multiple times if possible, and following them in detail. Okay, don't be in a hurry to start off with the exam, because if you start off in a wrong way, again for you to redo it, you may not have enough time. So if you start off with reading the instructions multiple times, then 15 minutes is a lot of time. You can do it at a very slow pace. Fine. So that's all about the best strategies. So we have talked about how to learn, maybe how to improve, and also how to test yourself in this first slide. And then we looked on how to practice and what is the importance of mock tests, and also we looked at few tips to remember, in fact very important tips. Okay, so in the next lecture we'll talk about the basics of Excel. It would be a very long lecture, but we'll be covering everything that is required for the exam for Excel. Fine. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you so much for being with me in this lecture. If you like this video, please do like it, so that it tells us that you appreciate our efforts, and please do share it so that your friends will also get to know about these videos. And please do subscribe so that you don't miss any of our new videos. We are coming up with many new videos, so for you to not to miss them, please do subscribe to the channel. Fine. So thank you so much and have a nice day.